Hey there, Sagittarius. Happy New Year to you. If this is the first time you've come by, thanks for stopping in and checking it out. I hope you find something of value here. I hope you find something that resonates. If you don't, be sure to check out your sun and your moon and your rising because you might find the messages that resonate there. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much. Your likes, your shares, your comments, you're helping to grow my channel. And I really appreciate you doing that. It really means so much to me. So 2019 looks super interesting for Sagittarius. I actually think I saved the last for best for last, but we'll see, right? But that's the way I feel like it's your year. So we've got Jupiter hanging out over there in Sagittarius, your sign, his home sign. So he's very benevolent. He likes to expand and he likes to give. And so we're going to start there and then we're going to work our way back through the universe with the planets and just see how we can best utilize that energy to motivate our life, to move our life forward, to do it for the best and the highest good. And so come on, let's go see what we've got. All right, so I'm starting out here with Jupiter. And Jupiter, I'm going to check out the energies of that from the Sacred Power cards from Anna Stark. And it's in Jupiter. Jupiter's in Sagittarius, I'm sorry, until December 2nd of 2019. So it's like the whole year. And so this is a really great opportunity for expansion. And so how can you best utilize this energy in Sagittarius, which is your house of yourself, your house of how you view yourself and how the world views you, right? And so here we go. Let's see what we can find out. How can we, ooh, there it is. Already. And you have purification. One of the ways you can really expand your life, one of the things you can do to really move your life forward this year, it's being recommended that you drink plenty of fresh water. I know this seems odd, but this is what they're saying, okay? So work with us here. Drink plenty of fresh water. Do Epsom salt baths. Clean up your diet. Try to eat leaner and cleaner if you can. Maybe purifying your body through exercise. Meditation, purifying your mind, decluttering your house, finding a space. If you just take the opportunity to pick a drawer, if you don't have a lot of time, and just clean out that drawer, like every time you declutter a space and you clear the energy, you allow more good energy to come in. And I feel like you're being told that in order to expand your life in the way that you would like and in the way that is most beneficial to you, you need to create clean energy for it to come in. And so let's just see how this progresses. Today, Mars also moved into Aries, its home sign. And now here we have Saturn who's hanging out for the year in its home sign. We have a lot of that going on this year right now. So Saturn's in Capricorn. Saturn likes boundaries and rules and creates obstacles so that you can learn lessons to get over them. It's like Sagittarius, you got Jupiter, which is the blessings, and then you get the lessons, right, from Saturn. So let's just see. This is in your second house of self and self-esteem and self-worth and self-value. And what do you value? Like, what is a value? It could be materially, or it could be your own personal sense of self-worth that can be triggered on this card. Okay, so the Rainbow Prince. Competition and perseverance. So these goals, this is your year, Sagittarius. This is your year. Things are going to line up for you, but that's not going to be super easy. There are other people out there doing things. There's other competition. Okay. The limitations will be the competition. And so you have to overcome the competition by persevering. You're going to have to put in the work every day on this project that you want to do. And so you're going to need strength and stamina. I think that might be what this purification is about. The healthier your lifestyle, the more you'll have the energy to do this perseverance. Okay. So this is about self-care so you can create, and you're going to create through perseverance. So your year, but it's not because it's going to be handed to you on a platter. It's going to be your year because the opportunities will be there for you. If you put in the work, you will yield results. That's really important to note. Okay. So Chiron. Chiron's not a planet. It's an asteroid. There's a mythology about Chiron. Chiron was a centaur. That's you, Sagittarius. That's the archer, right? The half man, half horse. It's the visionary. It's the one who can see, out there into space. It's the one who has all this knowledge and wisdom, deep wisdom, right? And so he was a gifted healer, and he could heal everyone. gods came to him, heroes for knowledge, for healing. People came to him, animals came to him. He was so gifted and he was immortal. And so because he had all this lifetimes of information and wisdom, he was able to share and help. And then he was in a battle, and during the course of the battle, he got wounded. He got shot in the ankle, and there it was, his Achilles heel, right? The Achilles tendon. We talk about this all the time, and it could topple a giant. And so it toppled the centaur. So this immortal was in excruciating pain. And even though he was a deep healer, a gifted healer, he couldn't heal his own wound. And so Chiron is about healing the deep wounds from lifetimes that built up. And so this is your opportunity. And so how and where do you find this is when you look at your life and you say, okay, so I have had this same circumstance happen over and over again, and it's so painful, and I can't stand it, and it crushes me. That is where Chiron is interacting with your life. So how do we use this energy of Chiron that's in Pisces right now as it moves? Whatever you've been dealing with that you've been healing over the last 3 to 4 years while it was in Pisces, it is about to transition into Aries, and you're going to feel it in a different way. It's the same issue, but it's going to be triggered in a different way. And so it's more opportunity to heal yourself is going to happen. And so how do you handle this? What is the lesson? How do you figure out how to find this deep healing? So poor Chiron could not. He's immortal. He couldn't heal himself, and he was in pain all the time. And so Zeus took pity on him and took him out of his earthly body and put him into a heavenly body. And that is how he became an asteroid. Just so you know, you can ascend. You can move past the pain. You can find a way to be healed. So here we go. What do you need to know to do that? Alrighty then. If we wanted a consistent message with 2 cards, we certainly got it. All right. I feel like it's relationship oriented for you. We have sexuality and sexual arts. And so what this tells me when I look at these 2 cards is that you have a situation. This has to do with self-esteem. Okay. Moving into the 4th house, that's communication. I mean, your 3rd house. Wait, let me do some math here. Sagittarius, 1st house, Capricorn, Aries, Pisces. No, 5th house of fun and romance. Okay, I love it when it works out like that. All right, so it's your 5th house of fun and romance. This is where you're struggling. This is where you need to remember to persevere. There's where the competition thing makes sense. Okay, so here we go. Here's the thing. You have to believe in yourself, okay? Be self-confident. Purify any negative thoughts that you have about yourself. Purify this negative self-image that you have. Release this stuff and know that you can transform like the rainbow, right? This is like the rainbow during the storm. You can transform and transmute that and find the way to have the fun this year. There's some healing that needs to take place for you in romance and fun. There's something that has been a struggle for you. And now here is your opportunity in 2019 to figure out how to make peace with all that and how to enjoy it and how to put the fun back into your romance. Because the 5th house is fun and romance. It's not necessarily those deep, intimate one-on-one relationships. It's about how do you find, and it's also creativity. If you've been stifling your creativity, then it's time to let that loose and to find a way to enjoy your life. That's impressively lined up there. Okay, so here we go. This is the scene. Okay, you can see the planet of Saturn and the restrictions and the boundaries. You can see that. Chiron, it orbits between Saturn and Uranus, and sometimes we see it and sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's hidden and sometimes it's not. And so then all of a sudden it like shows and rears its ugly head, and you're like, oh, that thing again. Oh my gosh, I never seem to figure this out. So this year's your year to figure it out, okay? And then meanwhile, we've got Uranus. Uranus, you can't see it. And then all of a sudden, bam, sudden unexpected disaster or chaotic change happens, right? It doesn't necessarily be a disaster. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But for you, I see good. So I wanted to, it's moving from Aries into Taurus on March 6th. When it moved into Taurus the first time in May of 2018, from fire into earth, we had the volcanic eruptions, because this is also very global. It's personal and it's global, right? It triggers lots of things. And so it can trigger financial markets. It can trigger romance, and it's about sensuality and sexuality. The Taurus is. And so here we are with that again. Here we go. Wherever you go, there you are. And so how do you overcome this? How do you handle this triggering of moving from fire energy into this earthy sensual energy? And the advice for you is to step into your superpower. It is the Sun card, but it's a fire energy. It's the King. Okay, and it says, I am powerfully lead my mission. I powerfully lead my mission. I powerfully lead my mission. So be yourself, be who you are, believe in yourself. And is your mission sexuality and romance? Maybe. But I feel like it's bigger than that. It's like, I think the mission is finding the fun in life again. That's what it feels like. Like, how can you find the love in the chaos, the fun in the chaos? There's chaos around you, and you need to stand in your power and be who you are and enjoy where you are and finding the fun this year. It's your year, Sagittarius. You've been struggling for so long. You really have. I know this. But you have come out of this transformative energy of Scorpio into, now you're into this Sagittarius, stepping into your power energy. So you can create what you want by stepping into your power and being yourself and looking for the fun, That is going to be the key this year, is finding the fun, finding the joy, in a very earthy way. It doesn't, like actually getting out there and doing things and having fun, not just that inner fun, that inner glow of I'm comfortable and happy with myself, but going out and interacting with the world in a way that is fun and entertaining for you. That is where you're going to find the joy this year, Sagittarius. So I really hope you put the effort into that. So then we have Neptune, and Neptune is again another planet in its home sign of Pisces, and it's very watery energy. And for you, Sagittarius, that is in your Capricorn is 2, 3, 4th house of, okay, so this is about you feeling emotionally satisfied and at home in your surroundings on a day-to-day basis. This is about nurturing yourself. This is this energy for you, and it's very emotional and watery. And that water and fire kind of, that's difficult energy, right? Because water can put out fire. And so you don't want to sometimes go too deep, and that can create issues. And maybe that's why backing it up and going back into the, well, romance was fun before it got so emotional energy might really help you, right? But approach this whole attitude, this whole necessary sense of adventure that you're trying to seek with grace. It's going to be grace. That's the gentleness. That's the kindness. That's remembering that you're spiritually guided, but it's also about treating people with kindness and compassion and gentleness, and being your best version of yourself. When you are the best version of yourself, when you stand in your power, when you're like, I'm going to have fun and I'm going to enjoy myself and I'm going to infuse my life with this joy, that is when you're going to be a winner this year. That's how you win this year, Sagittarius. And then Pluto. Pluto's all about transformation, and Pluto is in the hard, it's in the overcoming obstacle sign of barriers and limitations of Saturn, that of Capricorn. So you've got Saturn in there and you have Pluto in there. So overcoming barriers and limitations is how you're going to have that whole death and rebirth thing. That's how you create something new. That's where the big transformation is this year. And so how do we find some guidance? And we're going to get that from Alana Fairchild, Secret Rebels. This came from the Atlantis, Angels of Atlantis by Stuart Pierce. And for you, you have new birth guarded vigilancy. That's not the word, but being vigilant. So being vigilant, so guard yourself vigilantly. It's like, okay, it's like when, when the eggs hatch and the mother chicken is like protecting them, or the newborn kittens and the mother is very protective of them, that you need to be very protective of the sense of joy that you're creating, of the sense of adventure, of taking these risks, of going out there and finding the fun and the romance, of opening yourself up to these opportunities. So while you're out doing that, be aware, you know, stay within you're protecting this. So don't think, okay, I'm having fun and then let it slide. No. Do something consistently. Maybe you need to, randomly jumps into my head, maybe you need to join a bowling club, right? You need to do something that protects your sense of fun by doing it regularly. Finding groups of people to go and do things with, finding the fun, seeking the romance. If you're seeking the romance, doing those Match.com, okay, then this is where you're going to guard yourself and you're going to be protective of yourself. So be smart about it, right? And this purification is really going to be an important aspect of this. This is going to be about keeping yourself healthy and balanced and grounded, and emotionally cleansed. So don't get too caught up in the deep emotions. Go ahead and play in the shallow waters, but don't get into the deep end, right? And protect yourself and guard yourself as you play. Looks like you're supposed to play this year. Okay, so I am doing a new moon reading. We have the new moon's solar eclipse happening January 5th. And so at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to do a live Q&A and draw a few cards for every sign. Come back and join me. Bring your questions, and I will do my best to help you find some answers. And then I show up every week, and I do the weekly energies using the moon energies to work us through the week. And so come back for that. I'd love to see you and help you navigate the waters, the emotional waters this year, so that you can stay in the shallow end and you can find the fun and you can find the joy, right? It's like the bonfire down on the lake. That's kind of what you need this year, right? So that would be fun. So let's do that. And I wanted to get you some actual guided steps. And so I'm using the Abundance Angels from Doreen and Grant Virtue to see if we can get you some step-by-step stuff for the year. And okay, this is interesting and has nothing. Hold on, let me think here. What is this telling me? Okay. All right. So maybe you've been out there playing too much. Maybe that's the problem. And so this new you, this sense of self, this sense of I'm purifying my life, I'm releasing the clutter, I'm going to persevere and get rid of any kind of competition in my life by centering myself and grounding myself. And I'm going to step into my superpower. I am the king. You are a fire sign. It says, I am powerfully lead my mission. So maybe doing that in all the grace and then protecting yourself, maybe you need to step back once in a while and take some time and space for yourself. I really think you need to get out of the emotional deep end of relationships and keep it in the fun, flirty, shallow waters of romance and fun this year. I think that is where you're going to need to take this. So that's what it feels like. Have fun. If you've been in a relationship that's been just so hard, maybe it's time to rethink that relationship. I don't know. This general guidance, do not take my word as gospel. Use your intuition, follow your guide, right? Okay, so Gateway Oracle from Denise Lynn to give us just one more card. You're launching a journey. You're going out on I think it's a trip of self-discovery. It feels new, it feels small, so you need to protect it. Go ahead and take the steps. Sagittarius, this is your year. This absolutely is your year. So, maybe take a few a few weeks, months to just kind of maybe during the winter here, kind of like close yourself in and do a little self-reflecting and purify your system, eat better, do some exercise, drink lots of water, feel good and strong and healthy and ready to go, and then step out, launch out, and go chase your dreams down. Because Sagittarius, this year you can actually create whatever you want. This is really and truly your year. So if you're going to do the new moon, if you don't want to come and hang out with me, that's fine. But for the new moon, I want you to write, I am worthy of fun. I am fun to be around. My life is filled with joy. I am, I have. Okay. Those kinds of statements. And on the backside, write all the things that, and use pen and paper. And on the backside, write all the things that you're grateful for in your life, and then burn it and turn it over to God. So when we do the new moon intentions like that, you have 72 hours from the time the moon goes new, which is around 2 o'clock, I think, in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. So then you have 72 hours out in which to do this. And so do this ritual for yourself. Retreat into your quiet space and think about what it is you want to be, who you want to be, how you want to be. Write those things down as though they exist already. I am this. I have this. This is my life. And that is how you create it, because the words that you use create the atmosphere you live in. And you can make this year of 2019 really and truly your year. It's just going to take a little effort. So good luck with all that, Sagittarius. Come back and see me. Come back on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. live, or come back and check out the videos. And be sure to check out the one I just did for this week. You know, if you need a little more help in your moon and your rising signs, check them all out, because there's something there that hopefully will really trigger, and you'll be like, that's what I need to do. Okay. That's what I want to do, is I want to help you navigate this year. All right. Take care, Sagittarius. Happy New Year to you. Make it your year, because you can. Everything's there for you. All right. You take care. We'll talk soon.